everyone, welcome to the start of a new Book One Cozies Club chapter by chapter. I'm Di, and these are my audio-only reading vlogs for the Book One Cozies Club, or first in a series, Cozy Mystery Book Club. This month we are reading Still Knife Painting, the first book in the Paint and Shine mystery series by Cheryl Hollon. As I will be sharing my thoughts with you along the way, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't read the chapters noted in the title of this video, I suggest that you not listen to this recording until you have. If you would prefer to hear my general thoughts on this book in its entirety, keep an eye out for my Book One Cozies Club series First Impressions video, which will be posted sometime after the reading vlogs for this book have commenced. So how is everybody doing this evening? I am doing well. I'm pretty excited to get into this month's selection. Hopefully it'll be a lot better of a read for me than last month's selection was. Right off the top here, I see that this particular book has 36 chapters, so we will break this particular selection up into 5 chapter sections. That being said, I can see that chapter 1 is only 1 page long, so we'll go ahead and do 6 chapters for this first section. So this audio only reading vlog will cover chapters 1 through 6. So I am recording a little earlier than I normally do in the day. It just so happens that my mom is at work this evening, and so I decided that right after I got off of work, I would go ahead and record this. Normally, I don't record until very late in the evening, but that being said, because it is earlier and because it is summertime, it is rather hot. So I do have the air conditioning going and the fan. So if you can hear that ambient noise, I apologize, but it is necessary for me to have on while I record this for you. But anyway, like I said, I am very excited to get into this selection. So I'm going to dive right into chapter 1 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 4. I forgot to mention right off the top that I was actually borrowing a copy of this book through Kindle Unlimited. So if you are interested in borrowing this book, as of the date of this recording, it is available on Kindle Unlimited as an ebook. It is also available through Hoopla as an ebook and an audiobook. So in case you're interested in borrowing a copy, those are the places that are available for me, at least at the moment. But so far, I'm enjoying what I'm reading, but I don't enjoy some of the little snips, if you know what I mean. The snide comments people are making about her, snide comments about the moonshine part of her business, people just doing what they want when they're contracted to do specific things for her business, like Mrs. Childers just changing up the menu because she felt like it, and then going on a rant about how she doesn't approve of this moonshine portion of the business. I'm not liking that at all. And I'm kind of also not liking how Miranda is so unconfident in her new business venture. I do definitely think that's a realistic experience, but I feel like she, I don't know, is just more down on herself about it than I guess I particularly am enjoying reading about. I'm kind of glad that now that we're 4 chapters in, it's not so bad, but she was very, very down on herself about the business to begin with, and truthfully, I don't think she's handling this first day very well. mean, I understand how she's getting very, irritated with how the day has gone. I mean, first off, that conversation that she had with the lady at the office, I can't remember her name. Was it Doris? Doris Norris? I think that was her name. And how she had to put in her 2 cents about the moonshine. And I understand that, she has personal experience with having a sibling, I think it was, with bad experience with alcohol. But at the same time, just because she's like an elder, I guess, and this goes for the same with Mrs. Childers. Just because they're elders doesn't mean that they should be able to just do whatever they want in regards to somebody else's business. So I'm not enjoying that too much. I don't know how things are in Kentucky. I've never been to Kentucky. I definitely didn't grow up anywhere near there. For those of you who don't know, I did grow up in Hawaii. And so I don't know how true the experiences that Miranda is facing are being portrayed here. If you've grown up in Kentucky or around there, let me know if the portrayal here is accurate, because I'd be interested to know. But anyway, now that we have gotten through 4 chapters, we do finally have a dead body, which the timeline, truthfully, seemed weird to me, because, at least on my version, right at the top of the page, she's mentioning that Mrs. Childers was hovering in the doorway ready to serve the first course, and then it seems like in the matter of a minute, 2 minutes, then she's dead in front of the stove. So, yeah, I'm a little confused with the timeline there, but so far, so good. It's not the best opening chapters, I would say, for a cozy mystery that I've read, but I'm still interested to see what's going on and how the next 2 chapters go. I didn't expect the chapters to be as long as they are. I try not to have these sections be more than 50 pages, but right here at the end of chapter 4, we're already on page 50. So yeah, I was a little misled with the fact that the first chapter was only 1 page. The following chapters definitely took care of that, but we've got 2 more chapters to go. I am going to stick to my schedule, so I will probably not check back with you until I'm done with chapter 6. So I'm going to dive into chapter 5 right now, and I will be back with you in a bit. So I just finished chapter 6. So far, I am enjoying this one so far. The cast of characters is a bit quirky for my liking, and there seems to be quite a few of them. I'm already having a little bit of trouble distinguishing who is who. And I guess I'm just not really enjoying how the whole murder investigation, like crime scene thing is going on at the moment. It seems really unprofessional from other mysteries, even cozy mysteries that I've read before. Things just seem discombobulated. I don't know. It's almost as if I'm not reading a serious story. So, yeah, it's kind of making me a little bit confused. Like I mentioned, I am having some confusion in regards to the cast of characters. At this point, because this is my first touch with this story. I think that's okay, even though I'm 6 chapters in. I'm hoping that the confusion doesn't last the whole book, though. I'm not particularly enjoying Miranda's attitude. I don't know if that's the right word. For her, the way that she handled the situation once she found Mrs. Childers in the kitchen, and how she was yelling at her customers that were, trying to be looky-loos, which I feel is like a normal thing. I feel like she could have handled that situation a little better. Maybe I was reading it a little bit wrong, but I feel like she was kind of exasperated. Maybe she snapped at them. That's kind of the feeling I got from reading that passage, or those passages. And yeah, it's not a real great first impression of her business, especially if it's something that she's trying to, start up. I don't know. I'm just not a big fan of her, the way she's handling her first encounter with these customers, her first encounter with her first day of business for something that she's trying to grow, which is something that's not normal for the area that she's in, or at least that's what was said in earlier chapters. I don't know that this type of publicity is what she wants. I mean, obviously, you don't want it known that on the first day of your business, someone got murdered, let alone the cook. But you also don't want your customers to go away saying, the business owner snapped at us, she was unprofessional, and things like that. And that's kind of the impression I got of how she handled the customers after she called the authorities and had, the emergency medical professionals come and work on the situation. And then with the deputy that showed up, I get that she's frustrated, but you don't want to take that out on your customers. At least that's my rule of thumb. I mean, I don't know. Do any of you feel like she could have handled that situation a little better? Or do you agree with how she handled that situation? Also, let me know what your thoughts were on how Mrs. Childers was saying that she was going to make sure Miranda's permit did not get approved. I didn't like that at all. I'm kind of wondering how Mrs. Childers was to other people in the community. I mean, we see at the end of chapter 6 that Miranda is a bit torn up about the fact that Mrs. Childers was murdered. She tears up a bit. She says she's known her for a while, but, we don't know what she was like besides how we saw her in the kitchen, changing the menu because she felt like it, because she didn't approve of what Miranda was doing. Yeah, I don't know. There were quite a few things that were either confusing to me, like with the timeline between when they were sipping on their first taste of the moonshine to when they were going to have their first course, and then Mrs. Childers died. And I also am not feeling great about how the people in town are treating Miranda and her business idea. I kind of wish they were more supportive, but like I said, maybe that's just the way it is in Kentucky. I don't know. So as somebody who has never been to Kentucky, as someone who's never even been remotely close to Kentucky, I just feel like people were being downright mean to her, and I guess that's just my opinion as an outsider. But let me know down in the comments below what you thought of these chapters. Are you having problems distinguishing all of the characters from each other? And what do you think of how Miranda had handled herself in this situation in regards to handling her customers and making sure the crime scene was left alone before authorities came? I would really like to know what you thought. So that will do it for me this evening. Tomorrow I will be back with you for chapters 7 through 11. We will be going back to a 5-chapter rotation. And yeah, so don't forget that you can not only talk to me down in the comments below, but you can also talk to me on Discord or in the Mystery Madness Goodreads group, and I will chat with you later. Hope you have a great evening. Bye.